Henshin Inspection presents Going Ultra. This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Join me as I talk about Ultraman Blazar Episode 17, The Wandering Zangill. So there's a synopsis that's in the show notes. I'm not going to read it to you. However, I am going to read you the names of all the kaiju, and hopefully I will not embarrass myself in pronouncing them, because some of them are a little hard for my Western American tongue. So we've got Zangill, Taganular, Nijikagachi, Bazanga. Bazanga came back too? Huh. Gedos, Leviera, Deltandal, and Zamsher, which I have no idea who Zamsher is, but I know who all those other ones are. Yeah, I know who all those other ones are, even though I don't remember where Deltandal popped up in the episode. Couldn't name it, but anyway, doesn't matter right now. What does matter is just talking about the content of this episode and the story. I was definitely impressed by the honor and the story of like companionship and the story of the connection between these two warrior men. They're sword brothers, which, well, that's an interesting term, and I can talk about it more later. And I'm not going to talk about the samurai stuff specifically because I don't know enough about samurai culture, even though I guess I probably should reference that as I'm discussing this, but I'm actually going to go a totally different direction, a very Western direction. And I don't know how old this concept is within the Arthur mythology. Yes, I'm talking about King Arthur, in the context of talking about Ultraman, but just bear with me. But in, oh gosh, what's his name? He's a Catholic guy, Stephen Lawhead. Stephen Lawhead is an author who did the Pendragon Cycle, which is a 5-book series where he tells the story of King Arthur and Camelot and all that stuff, but it's a little not that, and it's a little less than that, and it's a little more than that, and it's kind of weird. It almost takes a style of the Bible in telling long epoch, like the Bible covers very many people's lives in sometimes a short amount of time and sometimes a long amount of time, which is to say, from the beginning of the world to the birth of Abraham is like 7 or 8 chapters, and that's 1,500 years or 2,000 years. I can't remember what the timeline is. And then you spend a little bit of time with Abraham, a little bit of time with Isaac, a little bit of time with Jacob, and then the rest of that's 2 books of the Bible worth, and then 3 books. The remainder of the books of the Bible are all about the children of Israel coming out of Egypt with Moses, and the style where it switches from focus character to focus character is similar to, well, that Stephen Lawhead uses in his Pendragon Cycle is similar to how the Bible switches from focus character to focus character. And it's pretty interesting. That's all to say that in Stephen Lawhead's Pendragon Cycle, he has Arthur call his Knights of the Round Table the Cambrogi. I don't know if that's a Welsh word. It's probably Welsh, but it means sword brothers, and it means that they are brothers who were not born of the same mother, not born of the same father, not even cousins, but they are brothers because they battle together and they fight together and they support each other and have each other's backs. And that's very much what Gento and this kaiju were together. I'm struggling to remember his name. I'll find it real quick. His name is Zangill. I didn't remember. I looked at my notes. Anyway, so I really like the camaraderie that they had, and it would have been interesting to see a little bit more between them, but seeing the duo fight that they had against this one kaiju, the Nijikagachi, I think I got it this time. Anyway, was really cool, and it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a good choice to bring Nijikagachi back, because he was a pretty powerful foe, and he kind of like marked a turning point in some ways for Blazar and for Gento, I would say. Yeah, so that stuff's just one level. Something else that I want to discuss and that I think is important to talk about is more story related. The other story thing I want to talk about is, why do kaiju have ghosts? And why is there some master to Zangill that's telling him to put the ghosts in the netherworld of the kaiju or whatever? And
why, if all that's true, did we have that happening here? By the way, a side tangent. The Tilsonite sword didn't work until until Zangill hit it with his arm blade sword thing and transferred into it the ghost fighting ability or whatever that he has, which is really cool. And it was a really nice little bit of visual storytelling that was all, just there's no dialogue. I'm drawing that conclusion based on what I saw and what I observed, and nobody said anything about it, which is really cool. It's a wonderful method of storytelling. Anyway, so why are there kaiju ghosts? And aside from that, why does it matter for this show? The shtick with Ultraman is typically that the hero dies, or the human host is dead or very close to death, and the Ultra is, at least in the original, responsible for crashing a ship. And it's not funny. I'm feeling a little loopy, so you'll have to forgive me. Anyway, and yeah, in Z or in Z they die fighting next to each other, and in Arc it definitely looks like that little kid got smushed. I don't know why this is funny, but yeah, like Yuma's either dead or he's mostly dead, or I don't think Yuma's an actual like I don't think he's like corpse is crushed under the whatever that horn is, and he's like monohorn. I don't think he's crushed under the monohorn, and this is like a ghost of him or whatever. I think somehow uh Rution, right? Is his name? Anyway, somehow he saved his life, and then they together became Ultraman Arc. Um, but anyway, regardless, uh, I don't know. I almost feel like there's like a foreboding going on here, or like a hinting at something that's going to go on with Gento, maybe his own death. Like with how they were clicking, how they're vibing, how they have these similarities to each other. Um, I don't know. It just felt like something ominous or foreboding, or maybe not even ominous necessarily, but like Gento will die one day, and I don't know. Do Ultras die? Do they really die? I don't know. I haven't been watching enough Ultraman to know that or not. But Gento will die one day, and the thing that he tells the coffee lady is that his friend has gone on ahead, and that implies that he's going to go to the same place that his friend is going, or leave just like his friend left. And the fact that he's got a wife and kid, that makes it a little scary because he could die and leave them a widow and an orphan. But maybe it just means that one day he's going to die too, just like Zangill's been wandering around for a long time, trying to atone for what he did and uh, earn his own rest for his soul. And I don't know, there's just like something beautiful and like kind of weighty to that, and it kind of made me a little scared for for Gento. But I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to survive the series. He doesn't have to, but I think he will. And I don't know, it was just like a really interesting, poignant line. And I love this is so like I don't know, like film nerd of me or whatever, but like this is a great shot that you get for a split second. I had to pause to grab it. I'm gonna put it here. Um, that there's the two servings of coffee and ice cream, parfait. I don't know. It looks like coffee and ice cream, honestly. Um, and there's two there, and Gento sits there with the two servings because he says he'll take them both. He'll take the whole order. And I don't know. It feels like that feels kind of wistful. Like he doesn't want to reject Zangill or reject his memory. He wants to accept it and like I don't know, like feel like there are consequences to this short time friend that he had. Um, there are consequences or repercussions to him being in his life and Gento's life for some time, and I don't know, it feels really important and it feels really uh, meaningful. And I don't know that it is. It might have just been like a throwaway thing that they wanted to do for fun, but like it's a beautiful moment. And even if it serves no greater purpose in the story, that's okay because it's sparking my imagination and it's making me wonder and it's making me think. And kind of like how people, there's like a meme, they'll like show pictures of the bench from Jetman. I almost I almost feel like this could become a meme too. Um, just because like it's just I think it's an iconic image. I think it's kind of neat, and I don't know. I think there's something to it, and I think there's something like real going on here. And it really, I don't know. It didn't like make me sad. It didn't. It left a mark. It definitely definitely leave a mark. It definitely left an impact on me, and I don't know. I like it, and I like something about it, but I'm not quite sure what that is, and I'm okay with that. So anyway, let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know if you buy into any of my crazy film theory stuff about the empty plate, or the not the empty plate, but the double serving tray of the coffee and dessert, and just what you thought about this episode in general. If you thought the Samurai Showdown was as cool as I did, if you know the name of that, I would love to know the name of it because I'd be really curious to know, and I don't want to waste my time looking for it online. Um, so yeah, till next time, folks. Take care, be well, and be ultra.
I hope you enjoyed that. Subscribe to keep up with me. Like and share to help me reach more people like you. And go to mjmunoz.com to find your next favorite thing. And don't forget to let your voice be heard. Stories are always better when you're part of the conversation. Until next time, be well. This is MJ signing out. This has been a Story Over Everything production.